Welcome, everybody, to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Joe Wright, and tonight I'm here with the Thunderstruck Street Stocks, and we're coming to you from Martinsville Speedway. And we got about 10 drivers, looks like maybe 12 in the field. Cody Bohm going first, fastest in qualifying. And while we have a quick second, looks like most of the cars are done. Tyler Rice, the only person who hasn't turned a lap, and Brandon Wallace as well. While we have a second, let's talk about our series sponsor. This series is brought to you by T. Rice Custom Monitor Stands. Check them out. That's Tyler Rice's business, as he's now just hitting the track, I believe, as well. There he is in his qualifying attempt here at Martinsville in that number 6 machine, as he rips it around the bottom, and it looks like he may have run out of time. He certainly did. We got a 1-minute warm-up. While these guys are getting that warm-up in, I'd like to tell you a little bit about what we got going on here over at Intensity Broadcasting, and that's the butt kicker. If you've never used butt kicker or don't know what it is, it's haptic feedback. It takes the sound from iRacing, turns it into vibration underneath your seat, makes you feel all the action. Check them out, buttkicker.com, and I'll get you set up. They were nice enough to sponsor Intensity Broadcasting. I run it in every race. I love the feel of it. It makes me really understand and feel when the tires are slipping and when I'm really hitting the rev limiter, when I've shifted. You know, those are things that you don't get haptic feedback from the steering wheel typically. So it's pretty cool stuff there. So far in the season, on the races that I've called, Cody Bohm, and some, well, you know, some of the guys actually aren't here tonight who've been dominant in the series. So, John Bennett had a good run last week. Josh Oswald up there pretty often in this series as well. But we're going to see some new front runners this week. As we look at your grid here for Martinsville, Cody Bohm's on the pole. Kieran Church will start second. John Bennett third. Josh Oswald fourth. Ray Page fifth. Matt Knight sixth. Alex Veith's going to roll off seventh. Watch that guy in that 12. It's William Griffith. He's usually pretty fast. Jacob Bowman ninth. Dave Jones 10th. Brandon Wallace 11th. 12th. Tyler Rice. And that will round out your field here. Because it is a short track, they'll go around one more time before the race begins. All right, the pace car should dip off to the left here. And we'll be green flag racing here from Martinsville Speedway. Down the back stretch they go. You'll see that pace car dip into the corner here, going into the corner. There it goes. They'll make their way around turns 3 and 4, and we'll be green flag racing. Green flag is out, and we're racing here from Martinsville Speedway. Cody in the 78 able to get a nice little jump on the rest of the field. Oh, a little bit of looseness behind him. Oh, he's around. That's the 51 of Alex Veith. Hard into the outside wall. Some heavy damage for the 51. He looked like he was just loose up off the corner. That'll bring out our first caution of the race. Let's go back and take a look at it and see what happened there. If you got a little help. Ooh, 3 wide action there. You wrap the bottom. A little contact there between Griffith and Veith. The 18 was 0 lift. Seeing that incident, he's going to send Veith into the outside wall. Tough break for Alex Veith. That's heavy damage to the right and left front of that car. Never a tough go of it. He heads into pit road. Missed his stall there. Trying to get some of that work done. And he's got to start rolling now. See the field coming down the front stretch. If you're watching the broadcast or in the chat, hit me up. I am watching it. I think we got a couple of viewers checking it out. I actually love Martinsville. I think it's a fun track to race at. Can definitely see tempers here and people start getting frustrated. And the pace car is off. Cody's going to lead us to the green flag once again. At 78, gets a good little jump over the rest of the field. Kieran and Church going to slide into second there. Behind them, we got a nice little race for third between the 08 of Josh Bennett and Josh Oswald on the outside. Ooh, clear up for the 08. He'll slide into third. Behind them, Ray Page looks underneath William Griffith. He's going to make short work of Griffith, but then he loops it around. And our second caution of the day. No contact there for Ray Page. Just a self-spin there. These guys can get a little bit loose off the corner when you really push it. Let's see it here. Ray Page hard into the corner. Nice wrap of the bottom. Starts to get off the corner and didn't want to drift up in front of Griffith. Just looped her around. Way to keep that thing wound down and off the wall. So far, the biggest move of the race is going to be Tyler Rice. T. Rice custom monitor stands. Matt Knights sporting the PD powered intensity machine number 64. Love it. And so since Ray Page brought out the caution, not only did he end up in that position, but he would have also been set back there. So he'll restart this one in the 11th spot. All right. One more time down the backstretch. We'll watch that pace car dip left, and we'll be back to green flag racing. If Kieran Church can time this at this time and make a move. And no, actually, he was sleeping even worse that time. The 08's going to look underneath of him. That's the 08 of John Bennett as he goes below Kieran Church on the inside of turns 1 and 2. John Bennett looking for that second spot. Kieran Church hanging tough on the outside. Stuff to do here. Alex Veith is around again. We stay green. 2x2 here for third, second, third, and fourth, and fifth. Second through fifth. You see John Bennett really backing that corner up. You saw Josh Oswald really throw it in there. Kieran Church is going to be clear down this time. Will he take it? He's going to go down this time. Will Oswald be able to hang it out? You'll see him real big wiggle there on the entry of the corner. That'll allow the 08 of Bennett to slide back in. And now we're single file at the front. Behind them, we got a little bit of racing action. Ray Page making his way back around the outside of the 18 now. And that's the 18 of Cody Boehm. I gotta figure that out. I've asked him previously, but I don't remember. And Ray able to clear him down into the corner. Now we see Tyler Rice behind them looking to get underneath Dave Jones. Nothing going there. Right now, Cody Boehm set and sail on the field up over 1.24. Behind them, you have Kieran Church and then Josh Oswald, William Griffith in that fourth spot, John Bennett in fifth, and there's a little bit of a gap. That's where you'll find Matt Knight's kind of running solo, keeping it clean all by himself. He's a Virginia boy. We'll see if he can do anything as this thing winds down. A little bit of more space between him and Ray Page, and then you have Jacob. Then got some close racing here for 8th, 9th, and 10th. With Jacob, Dave Jones, and Tyler Rice. Oh, up onto the curb for the 18. That's going to cost him some time. The 10 looks to the outside now. Onto the curb again. Tyler Rice to the inside of the 18. Rice able to clear with ease. A little loose for the 10 machine of Dave Jones, but he keeps it straight. Josh Oswald getting by Kieran Church as now he sets his sights on the leader. Griffith, though, he's right there behind Church, and maybe Church doing a little bit of conservation here of tires. Let's see as this thing goes on, if that's the case. You really see either he's getting tight or he's opening that wheel up to kind of try to conserve that right front. As he gives Griffith the inside there on the entry of the corner, he does. He goes high and lets him roll through. I think a little bit of gamesmanship there from the Church. Sunday drive for that 78 machine, though. I'll tell you what, he's already set sail 1.48 seconds over the leader. Or over second place, I'm sorry. a look back from your leader. Don't take it too easy there, leader. Josh Oswald slowly getting bigger in that rear view mirror. And he's beating him pretty well on entry, where he's making up that time. You can see we got a packed house in Martinsville. Jacob Bohm looks like he's crashing. The yellow flag is out. See what happened there. Hard on entry, he's gonna hit the curb again and then loop it around in front of everyone. Beef almost hitting him. That's probably when the caution came out. Caution's out there. You see the leader go by. He'll go a lap down. Jacob stop in there to let the field go by because he got trapped a lap down when they passed him. Couldn't get it around in time. All right, third of the way through the race, and it's been your leader, Cody, in the 78 machine. All him so far. We did see Oswald making up some time there. Not enough. That's the 17 of Josh Oswald in second. Third spot, we got William Griffith in the 12. Kieran Church currently fourth. John Bennett fifth. Matt Knights started sixth, still in sixth. He maintains. Ray Page up to P7. Tyler Rice eighth. Ninth is Dave Jones up one spot. And 10th is the 51 of Alex Veith. The only other driver is Jacob Bohm. He's headed down pit road to hopefully get some of those repairs completed after looping it and taking some damage there. And he'll use his reset and he'll roll. He'll be a lap down when this thing starts again. You're in the chat. Have any of you ever been to Martinsville? One of those ones that's right down the road for me that I've never been to. I'd like to go. How about that race this past weekend at Atlanta? I thought the truck race and the Xfinity race were entertaining. The Cup race finish was entertaining, but prior to that it was All right, the 78, it's on you. He's going to get through the corner, and I would imagine he's hitting it there. There he goes. These guys got to get better at timing this run that the 78 is doing. As he rips it down into turn 1 and 2. Hopefully they don't let him get away this time. Griffith underneath Oswald. Oswald working the outside on Griffith. Griffith a little bit of wiggle off the corner there. Is Oswald going to clear? No, not yet. Griffith back into the corner, hard down on the inside. A great run for Griffith through the middle of those two corners. That's 1 and 2. Into 3 and 4 we go. Oswald pinching a little bit, trying to get some grip off. Griffith with a great run off again. They'll stay side by side across the line. That's going to be Oswald second there at the line. Griffith threw it in. He lost the right rear a little bit there. It's going to cost. No, he didn't. He held on to it. A little wiggle out of Oswald. These two guys up on the wheel right now early in this race as we are approaching halfway. See, now Oswald with a little bit of sidewaysness on entry there too. Man, these guys are going at it. It's fun to watch. And Oswald's finally going to clear. Griffith lets him in. Ball's in line. Kieran Church, you see there in the rear view. He's going to slide into fourth with John Bennett back in his corners up. Ray Page in front of Tyler Rice. He's making his way back toward the front. He's up to 6 after spinning early. Not sure what happened to Matt Knights on that restart, but he's dropped 4 spots back. And we're single file right now. Oswald's starting to drive away from Griffith now. Let's see if he can run down our leader, who's back up to a 1.24 second lead. And we are halfway through this race, just like that. So far, it's been all Cody B from the front. 78 machine has led every lap of this race so far, and not looking like anyone's going to have the ability to challenge him as we watch Oswald try to catch him. Oswald has cut it down by about a quarter second since we last talked about the times. You can kind of see him there getting a little bit closer as this thing strings out. Now down to 0.8 of a second. Let's go on board with Oswald and see what he's doing different. Where is he making up that time? He is real smooth on the brake in, real smooth on the throttle there. Looks nice and comfortable. He starts to roll that corner. He's going to get there. He is going to give some pressure at some point to Cody B in that 78 machine. He's closed that gap down to only a half a second now. Jacob B has crashed again, looks like, but he's must have kept it going. There he is. Looks like Josh, like I said earlier, is just beating him on entry really good. I don't know if that's going to eat up that right front here as this run goes on, but he's definitely there now. Doesn't look to be affecting his ability to drive the car. So you see that just massive gain through his entry to the corner from Oswald. He's going to have to move him up off this bottom line if he wants to do anything with it. Little bit of loose off there for Oswald. Cody really taking a defensive line entry here on quarter entry. Oswald is there now. Still a lot of race left here for Oswald and for Cody. While we've been looking at that, there's some other great racing around the track. This is John Bennett as he fights with William Griffith. Just behind the leaders. And a great run now. He's got a little bit there on Griffith. I wonder if... Ooh, he had to back out of it. He was nervous Griffith was going to come down. Probably a smart move. Oh, man. Hang on to it there, Jacob. Slip slide up off the corner there for Bennett. Tyler Rice is there as well. We watched him in the mirror there, Bennett. Bennett now to the inside of Griffith. Back to the front here for this leader battle we got going on. Beef is now crashed as well. These guys do not want to see a yellow flag. Two-thirds of the way through this race, 23 laps to go. It is anybody's race here at the front as we watch Oswald really working that bumper of Cody B in the 78. Remember I talked about that Kiernan Church guy who was falling back early on, kind of looked like he was conserving some tires? Ladies and gentlemen, he has made some massive gains in the last couple of laps. He's down to a second and a half off our leaders now as well. Did he time it right? That is the question. Starting to see Josh Oswald get a little bit pushy off the corner. But makes you wonder if that pushing it in early and trying to get off is tough. 21 laps to go. And we got a battle in our hands at the front. Down to a minute, or I'm sorry, 1.3 seconds now for Kieran Churches. He sets sail to try to catch these guys, and they start to struggle a little bit with their hands. You see Josh Oswald a little bit tight off the corner there again. A little bit better for him that time. Oh, Kieran Church catches the wall behind him. That's going to hurt his run he had going. I wonder if Oswald's just waiting for a time to pounce. Ray Page and Dave Jones still going at it. Everybody else kind of spread out, except for your leaders. Oswald just looking for a mistake here from that 78. A little wiggle out of the 78 there. That may have been it. This is where he made up the gains in the last turn. See if he can do it again, coming off of 1 and 2. Nothing there. Into 3. A little bit of a gap off of 4. Church down to 1.2 behind him with 15 to go. Does he have enough time to make it there? And when he does, can he do anything with it? See Oswald struggling a little bit to get off the corner. That 78 machine just a little bit better off right now. Tyler Rice poking his head into the picture here too for a top 5. He's up 7 spots. Lap traffic. That's Alex Vieth ahead of. That might be a factor here. Vieth's gonna get out of the way. He was gonna go high, and hopefully for their sake not be a factor, and he did that. Kinder says that Oswald is just buying his time to make his move. And if that's the case, he's starting to run out of time. He's got 11 laps to make it happen. And I'm starting to see that 78 maybe find his rhythm a little bit and start to step away. Oswald struggling to find the speed off the corner. We'll see, though. I'd be more concerned with that Kieran Church guy who just got under 1 second. Who's going to definitely be a factor before this thing is over with. Last time by 0.2 faster than the leader. That's Kieran Church. That time by same speed as the leaders. We work 9 to go. Your leader, the fastest time by. But Kieran Church, your second fastest. 8 laps to go here for Martinsville Speedway. And Cody B lead every lap. We are about to find out. And he's really found his rhythm here late and starting to step away now from Josh Oswald. Kieran Church starting to fade a little bit as well on the lap times. Three laps to go for Cody B to take home the trophy. He's going to take himself a grandfather clock. Oswald behind him has definitely faded a little bit. He might fall into the grasp of Kieran Church. Maybe not. 2 to go. Tyler Rice throws it in under Bennett. Nothing there yet. Tyler looking for a top 4. He's in 5th right now. Cody B brings the field to the white flag. He's led every lap of this race. He's got to make it around one more time, and he'll claim that grandfather clock and the win here tonight, and a dominant performance from him as well. 2 more corners. And that's all she wrote, folks. Cody B dominant here at Martinsville. 2nd, Josh Oswald. 3rd, Kieran Church. 4th, John Bennett. Tyler Rice. 5th, William Griffith. 6th, Dave Jones. 7th, Matt Knight's 8th. I'm sorry, Ray Page 8th. Matt Knight's 9th. And I rounded out your field in 10th, Alex Veith. He helps Mr. Knights do a little spinaroo. All right, well, let's talk to your race top 3. Kieran Church is our first. Hey, Kieran is showing the booth. You got me.
I gotcha.
Man, you know, early in the race, I thought you were maybe kind of trying to save those tires for a run at the end, and it looks like that might have been the case. You started to really make up some time there with about 20 to go, but you ran out of steam and ended up about 2nd off the leader. Is that the case there, Kieran?
Yeah, I was just taking it easy a little bit at the beginning because I kind of adjusted my braking pedal a little bit, so took a little bit to get used to and find a groove. But once I found it, I was closing in a little bit to about even with Cody and Josh, where it was hard to make any ground up. I needed them to battle a little bit more to be able to get up there to battle with them.
Yeah, it looked like Josh got there for a little bit and was barely putting the pressure on Cody. Cody just not making a mistake from the lead, so eventually being able to just drive away from Josh toward the end there. But man, great run. Like I said, yeah, it looked like you just dropped back, kind of conserved a little bit. It kind of worked out in your favor, and we're able to come away with that 3rd place finish. Anybody you want to thank or give a shout out to?
I got to thank Velocity Motorsports, SPM, Jet Designs, you for doing the broadcast. It's cool to go back and watch, and then everybody here for sponsor wise and racers for that Thunderstruck. It's fun to race with these guys.
Yeah, awesome job again tonight, Kieran, and we'll talk to you again next week, hopefully.
All right, thank you.
Yep. All right, 2nd place and league director, owner, and president. That's Josh Oswald. Josh, you got me? It's Joe.
Yeah, I got you, Joe. How are you?
All right. Well, I saw you putting the pressure on Cody there and just hoping for him to make a little bit of a mistake. You had a couple of opportunities to maybe throw it in there, but out of respect for him, I think you just kind of made it a waiting game, and then eventually he just had better tires there toward the end.
Yeah, he was parking it on me a bit in the corners, and that I burned my right front up a little bit more, having to whoa up. You know, I didn't want to get in the back of him. The rear of the street stocks are so light. You know, I knew if I got in the back of him in the center of the corner when he was starting to pick up the throttle, he was going to go around, and I'd have to go to the back. So 2nd place was better than going to the rear.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You were definitely faster there early on, and then, you know, obviously toward the end, like you said, you had burnt that right front up. Anybody you want to give shout outs to or thank? And I want to thank you for putting on this league, man. You guys do a great job, and I love broadcasting it every week. You know, sometimes I miss it because I got real world things to take care of, but awesome job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of the broadcast. I wish, it's getting towards the end of the season now where car counts kind of start to drop off. Some guys that do real racing starting to spend more time in the garage, so we don't have the fields we had at the beginning of the season, but still good racing. Everybody at Thunderstruck, Velocity Motorsports, Superior Performance Motorsports, Big Frig Coolers, and my friends and family to watch and cheer me on from home.
Awesome. Well, great job, and we'll catch you again next week, Josh.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yep. All right. And last but certainly not least, your winner in dominating fashion. That's Cody B. Cody, you got Joe in the booth. You got me.
Yes, sir. How's it going?
I'm going to start calling you Cody B from now on just because I can never remember the pronunciation of your name. But man, a dominating performance all night long from start to finish. Now, Oswald putting some pressure on you there for a little bit, and he says you were parking it in the middle of the corner on him. Is that the case?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was kind of just hoping he'd play it nice and not turn me. I mean, he had every right to, because I was holding him up for a little while there, and I think I was killing his tires, just making him stop the brakes like that. So, ended up helping me out, and I like winning, but I really wish that we would have had more cars tonight. I think it would have been a better race, but had a good time, really good time.
Yeah, it's one of those things in iRacing, especially in leagues and in the seasons. You start getting down to the end of the season, people get a little bit tired. People got real life things to take care of, or maybe they're even a real race car to go drive. So we start to see that in all the leagues. So, but man, great dominating race this week, and congratulations on the win. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for doing a great job in the broadcast booth, and I'd like to thank Thunderstruck Super Series and for races all the time. It's really fun, and I'd like to thank Velocity Motorsports, and that's it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again, and hopefully, well, likely we'll talk to you again next week. You've been in that top 3 pretty much every single week that I've called these races, so we'll expect to see you and talk to you again next week. Well, that about does it here from Martinsville Speedway in the Thunderstruck Street Stock. It's a mouthful to say that. I have to actually think about it. The Thunderstruck Street Stock Series, a dominating race by Cody. I did see some pressure from Oswald. It was exciting to watch him try to get up on that wheel and make some mistakes, but to no avail. Congratulations to those guys. Great race overall. And from Intensity Broadcasting, my name is Joe Wright, and as Atlee Atman, we should say over and out.